I'm going to try not to let this be too sentimental, too sappy, too crazy. Because I'm a little emotional right now. I just had a conversation with a friend of mine, an old friend. And there's a few people I know that are involved in this fight right now. And what I'm about to say, these are my views. These are not the views of the United States Air Force. They're not the views of the DoD in any way. These are mine. These are my views. But I would hope that they would, these are my views. I'm talking to my brothers and sisters in arms right now. I'm talking to the veterans. I'm talking to the soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. And I know that I'm talking to those of you who serve. Right now our country is at war against an enemy far more dangerous than anything we have ever faced before, or at least in our lifetimes. And unfortunately, and I'm certain I'm not the only one of us who feels this way, this is a war that we can't fight. Our weapons are completely ineffective against this. Our bombs, our tanks, our rifles, our guns, our toolboxes, our brains, this is not our fight. Unless you're in medical. If you're a medical in the military, I salute you. You motherfuckers are absolute heroes. And this is your fight, and you'll be in it. But this fight is being fought by our healthcare professionals. And not because we're in any way equal to them, because it's not a competition. But they need to hear, they need words of encouragement, they need words of support, they need to hear thank you for your service. The same way people come up to us every time they see us in uniform, and you all know what I'm talking about, and they say thank you for your service, and I'm just doing my job. But deep down, we know we just got back from that deployment to the Middle East, and we just got back from that shitty fucking TDY, when we just got back from that 12-hour fucking shift on the flight line with a lost tool, from that shitty fucking day, that place we didn't want to be, those months away from our family, those years that we don't get to see our relatives, we don't get to see our loved ones because we answered a call. And we did it for our own reasons, we did it for money, we did it for education, and so did they. But we answered it, and we go and we do this. We do it day in and day out. Some of us do it with a toolbox, some of us do it with a rifle, some of us do it with our brains, some of us do it with a computer. But we go places that we don't want to go, and we do things that we don't want to do in environments we don't want to be in. And some of us pay with our lives, and some of us don't get to come home. And yeah, that's all great for us. But right now there is another group of people who are doing the same fucking thing. And they didn't take an oath of enlistment. They didn't swear allegiance to the Constitution. They didn't sign away years of their life, unless you count paying back a fucking student loan. Those are our medical professionals in the United States. They are in the trenches of the greatest conflict we have faced since World War II. This thing stands to kill 1 million plus Americans if it is unchecked. And our healthcare professionals, they're in this. I know, because I just had a conversation with one, and I'm dating one. My girlfriend. I can't mention her name, obviously, but she is a provider, and she is going to work. She has been exposed to COVID-19 twice that we know of. Now, right now, her tests are negative, but she is still going to work day in and day out in her office because she has patients that will die if they don't get the medication that they need. So she goes out and she exposes herself to this thing every day. And it will get her eventually. She will get it if she hasn't already had it. And she gets exposed. She's been exposed by coworkers, and she's been exposed by patients. And she goes. She goes because she has to. Because somebody has to, or those people will die. That's courage. That's what we do. That's a warrior. And they deserve our gratitude. They deserve our things. I just got done with a conversation with a nurse friend of mine. This is a girl that I've known for years. Sweetest woman I've ever met. She's in New York right now, working in horrific conditions. wearing PPE that's supposed to be a one-use and disposable item, wearing it for 5 days straight, working 12, 14-hour shifts, working herself into absolute exhaustion, and she is scared to death that she is going to get sick and not get to come home and not get to see her family, but she puts her mask on every day. Her mask that irritates her so bad that her pretty face is raw like hamburger all the way through here, and she puts it on and she goes to work. She puts it on like y'all, like you motherfuckers in the army put on your body armor, like I put on my toolbox. And she goes to battle every fucking day, and she might die. She may die. That is courage. That is commitment. That is honorable. And I'm not talking to civilians. I'm talking to us, because these motherfuckers need to hear it. They need to hear thank you for your service. They need to hear you guys are our heroes. They need to hear you are doing God's work. And we are the one community outside of maybe law enforcement who might have an inkling of understanding of what they are going through right now. So if you're a veteran, if you're serving, and you know a medical, I encourage you, I implore you, tell them thank you. Tell them they're your hero, because they are. And if you don't believe they're heroes right now, you need to look at what they're doing. You need to look at what they're going through. I don't care where you are. I don't care where you serve. I don't care what risk you take. You need to look at what they're doing. If you don't believe that is honor, if you do not believe that is a fucking hero, then you need to check your fucking thoughts. You need to check your head, because something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with your perspective. It doesn't matter if they're being compensated. We get compensated. The cops get compensated. The EMTs get compensated. They are risking their lives, and they don't have to. They could quit. They're not under an oath of enlistment. They could throw their hands in the air and say, I don't want to do this anymore, but they're not. They're putting their gloves on, they're putting their mask on, and they're walking into war, and they're doing it every fucking day against an enemy that they can't see. So if you're in the military, if you're in law enforcement, please, and you see this, please thank a healthcare professional. Thank them for what they are doing, because right now they are fighting the fight that we can't. Doesn't matter if we want to or not. We don't have the equipment and we don't have the knowledge. So they are fighting this battle in our stead. So, to my friends in medical, and even in the medical people that may say this that I don't know, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for stepping up to the plate. Thank you for taking on this enemy, because I can't.